We are going to hack a $2,000 runway dress today for $25. Hello lovies, welcome to my channel. For those of you who are here for the first time, I'm Gina, aka Gina Louise. Gina Louise is my clothing line, named after my grandmother who taught me how to sew. Okay, people always ask me that, so that's where that came from. So today's DIY, I am going to make this runway dress right here. Fell in love with it. It's super sexy, great for the holidays. So I went out thrift shopping. I was looking for a mock turtleneck, kind of like this, a mock turtleneck dress that I could flip into this super sexy for the holidays dress. And this is what I found. I didn't find a dress, but I found this. I found this top. Can you see that? So it is like a tunic because it's pretty long, but it is definitely too short for a dress. It's just a little under my crotch. Not cool. So I need to bring it down about 4 or 5 inches. So I thrifted some black lace. I'm going to add black lace to the bottom of it. I also have some really beautiful black fringe with little rhinestones on it. I'm going to add that as well to add a little more sexiness to the dress. And I'm going to add that whole mesh bust area with the big butterfly covering. So let's get started, see what I could do with this thrift flip. So now what I'm going to do is, because the top is cut out across your boob and comes down, and then the big butterfly, which I have, where's my big butterfly, covers your boob. I'm going to measure from here, my seam here under my armpit, across here to where the center is. I'm going to measure that. So then I'm going to take that measurement and bring it over to my top, and I'm going to measure that and mark it so that when I cut it right around the boob. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing I did was I took my Fabri-Tac glue and I just glued the lace along the inside bottom of the top. And I just did that all along the bottom until I got to the other side. So I put on the top and I marked where I think it should go. Then I'm going to cut this out. I'm going to fill this in with tulle. I took the piece that I just cut out and I laid it on the tulle. I pinned it and then I cut it out. I used it as my pattern. I cut about a ½ inch, maybe a little more, of a seam allowance around my pattern so that I could sew it on, put it on the inside of the shirt and sew it in place. After I cut the tulle, I took the piece that I'm using as my pattern, I lined it up where the opening is in the top, and I kept the piece that was cut out, the piece I was using as a pattern, because it helped me, because it was a stretchy fabric, it helped me line it up better. So I pulled the top to the pattern, so I lined everything up nicely, and then I pinned it like that, and then I sewed around the outer part of it, just the tulle, so that I could easily remove the black piece of fabric that I was using as the pattern. I made sure I didn't accidentally sew that in. Now that I sewed my tulle in place, I was just laying down the other embellishments that I was using. So you could see the tulle's in place, and I'm just looking to where I'm going to position the butterfly because it needs to cover your boob. How many times did I say boob in this? And I placed the chain around the edge, but I am going to hand sew the chain in place. You can use Fabri-Tac glue on this. Then I'm going to use this beautiful trim I have here to put along the neckline, the mock turtle neck, and here it is with the lace on it. After I tried on the dress, I felt you could still kind of see my butt. I don't know, it seemed a little too short still. So what I did was I added some of that sequins trim, and it just made it where you couldn't see through it. I glued the sequins trim on the outer side, the right side of the fabric, all around, and because it was double layered with the black lace and the black sequin and the black fringe, you couldn't see through it, and I felt more comfortable with the dress like that. So I did sew everything on, and then instead of ironing the butterfly on, I actually glued that on as well because I was afraid ironing it would melt the tulle. I tried the dress on again, and with chalk I marked exactly where the butterfly had to go. You could see the chalk marks there. I knew the wings had to touch that, and it would cover my boob. Now I'm just covering the butterfly with the Fabri-Fix glue, and I'm just going to place it on. As you can see, I put a piece of cardboard underneath the tulle so that I didn't stick the butterfly and the tulle to the back of the dress and never be able to put it on. And I let that dry. Fabri-Tac glue dries really fast. It holds it really quick, and it dries fast. I love this stuff. So that's what I did. And then I also glued the rhinestone trim around the neckline. If you're enjoying this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more fashion hacks and upcycles and home decor thrift flips, please consider subscribing to my channel. And for the final results.
Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets in your heart so slow. But if you don't want to tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks. It's all the things you never show.
Thanks for watching.
Things I want to know.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please leave me a comment letting me know if you liked this DIY. Thanks again.
But if you don't want to tell me